So I was watching PBS today, public broadcast station. I really like it, and I like it for many reasons. One of the reasons is that it's a free channel. So if you have a regular TV, even if it's an old one, you can buy one of those 4,000 mile range antennas or whatever for a few dollars, or and like the booster also sometimes is included for a few dollars. It's something that the government did, so people don't have to spend hundreds of dollars a month to get TV channels. And there are a lot of people that don't know about it still, and I think that's weird, or a lot of people that don't believe it. But anyway, so it's an included channel. You get like two, four, six, seven, 20 something, 28, which is Fox here. I'm a fan of Fox still, even though the world's gone crazy and stuff. But anyway, so I was watching PBS, and there was um, it seemed like a commercial sort of, or like an infomercial with a different scheme or whatever, but an informational segment, we'll call it, on cars and new cars. And they were talking about it's not a Land Rover, it's some sort of car like that. It's an SUV, and how, like, they haven't made it in 10 years or something, but they're going to make it for a certain number of years. And then of course they talked about special features on it. And somebody's like, what does that remind you of? And I'm sitting here and like, since they asked, like, now that you said something and asked, it reminded me, like, if my dad was a cheater and he thought that my whole family didn't know, but we did know. And we can watch it with surveillance and securities and stuff, his relationships and stuff from afar, so we don't get hit by, lovers or flings or their families or their jobs. We don't want to get involved if that were a real thing. I'm not saying that it is, but if it were, then we do know. We've known this whole time. So there, it's like, so anyway, so we're watching, and they're like, how so? How is that related? And it's like, well, like, basically the woman in his life and the relationship, excluding the model car sometimes, is like, it's like, has flares, extra plastic, so like extra fake or extra credit cards. We had a little extra plastic to this design here to symbolically represent what we see going on, without trying to be too rude. So we can tell the other family members that sometimes, take a peek and have a look see here on this family channel we got going on, about this new lady he thinks he's getting away with in this romantic type situation. And like, there are lots of ways you could describe a woman or what you've seen, like pintail back, or like, you know, I don't want to go into like racing stripes or anything like fast and hot, because there are other things that could mean, like if I got racing stripes on any car, somebody would be like, so two centers means you want to leave one parent, or like big stripe on the left, medium in the middle, and skinny on the right, like you did all the stuff yourself. They have all these preconceived notions of what pinstripes would be, and then if I got them on my car, they'd like try to prove it and beat my ass. So although I find them to be attractive on a vehicle, I don't really want that. It's not like for thousands or maybe a million people, it's a secret message like that, like how you feel about your parent-child relationship, being the child, and like what you've done or not done. Like big stripe on the left, you left your dad. It means all these things. And so, I mean, if we were designing a car, or the paint or the special new features on this design or whatever, then maybe she left her dad and got with my dad, but I don't know. So I'm watching this, and oh no, I lost my train of thought. Um, anyway, so I guess that's all I'm going to say for now, but it was really funny. And this is not like an entire stand up, but if I were going to do one, I would totally, um, I guess, symbolically represent that and study a little bit more metaphors for what's going on. Oh yeah, here's what I was going to say. So it's like, they're like, what else though? One more solid thought, and it's like, well, we foresee this relationship based on what they've said and what they've done already. Like, hasn't been around since 1983, and it comes back again in 2025, and it's going to be like they have a contract for 3 years to make this car. So, like, for 3 years, they're going to be in this relationship, they say. They're like, unless they get another contract from so and so, and then they might get Honda features, you know. So then you have to think, if you're just kind of being schmoozy and jerky a little bit, but talking to your family members who have a sense of humor, who might be able to add some classy design message, then there's that in a nutshell.